Hi everyone, thank you for coming into this video. I felt very called today to do an impromptu universe reading. Normally I like to keep it on a schedule, but for whatever reason, this came in. So I was very called to pull on what is happening right now with all the UFOs in the sky and why. So, I can read through cards. So let's ask the question, why now? Why are we seeing all these UFOs now? Okay. So I have 3 piles here just because I did it from 3 different decks. I'm just going to pull each card at a time. And we'll see what it says. This is from my Galactic Heritage deck. It's a 108 card deck, just so you know, okay? So there's a lot of cards in there. This one here is coming from my Mystic Martian Oracle, and this is the Sacred Geometry cards, 2 different types. So I'm going to read this first, and then I'm going to go into a pile 2 and 3, which will tell you maybe for you what you can do, or give you comfort or guidance or whatever it may be that you need to hear in pile 2 or 3. But for this pile 1, I'm going straight with my Martian and Galactic cards, and let's see what happens. And I'm going to pull a few right after as well to see if there's anything else that they want to say. So I'm going to do it in the order that they come out. Literally, you guys, the cards were flying out. Usually I don't know if you've seen my videos before, you know that I kind of shuffle and then do this. Yeah, I wasn't doing that. The cards were literally coming out, so I just piled them in the order that they come out. And let's see what the message is. Okay, so why now? Why is everyone talking about it now, admitting to it now, and why are they showing up now? Okay, they've always been there. Let's just go back and say that they've always been there, but why are our higher ups, or our leaders, so to speak, why are they now talking about it, basically? Okay, I'm excited to get this going, so let's get started. We have, Arcturus, Cosmic, I'm just going to say midwife, Generosity, Lyra, Balance, Arcturus, Arrogance, Lyra, and coming full circle. And I just realized I moved my edger here, so let me just get a little deck box so I can see where my edge is. There we go. All right. Well, so far, I think that's a very clear message. And I think it's also very interesting that, like I said, it's a 108 card deck with, I don't know how many different, let me just see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say at least 8 to 10 different categories, okay? So we have the Arcturians and the Lyrans coming through strongly, and then Sirius. Okay, so I really want to concentrate and try to bring in channel as much of this message in as I can, okay? So when we have Cosmic Midwife, and I was talking about the fact that, it's being born, and what I'm getting is they are coming in, the Arcturians, to help birth in the new age of Aquarius. They're here to help birth in Pluto moving into Aquarius. It's going to take a bit of time because it is, pardon me, going to retrograde before it's fully in and out of Capricorn. But it's going to be there for the next 19 to 20 years in Aquarius, and that is all about science and technology and being of community and social groups and humanitarianism. And I also want to say that, yeah, okay, let me just leave it there for right now. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, or what they're trying to say through me is, they're here to help birth us, I'm going to say the Pluto, especially out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, but also us into the Aquarian age. And that's about harmony. And it's also about becoming aware, becoming conscious, connecting to your higher consciousness, okay? And then when I look at the rest of the cards here, I'm going straight to balance. This is, I gotta put these down. This is happening. And the reason we're seeing all of this activity right now is because we need to see it. We need to see they're real. We need to see that UFs and that other life forms are indeed real, okay? It's not Star Trek, it's not TV. It is indeed real, and I know because of all the woo-woo out there, some good, some bad, that everything like this, even just believing in, well, for some people, angels, believing in I do other readings. So believing in mermaid energy, believing in fairy energy, believing in, let me just turn my head here, dragon energy or unicorn energy, whatever it may be. People have a hard time wrapping their head around that. And if we can't wrap our heads around that, they're saying it makes it hard for us to grow as a race, but also as a collective, right? It's hard for us to raise our consciousness up. So what they're trying to say here is we need to find balance. And they felt that finally the only way that we could maybe find balance is by showing us who they are. Because what we need to let go of here is the arrogance that we are the supreme being, that we are, all that. And, I never can do sayings horribly. I don't even know why I keep trying. I'm so sorry, you guys. We just think we're all that, okay? And they're here to say, you are all that. Absolutely, you are. You're quite important. And, are you as advanced as some of the rest of us? No, probably not, but we can help you with that. But also, it's that arrogance that's going to, for lack of a better word, and not literally, more figuratively, we're going to destroy ourselves with this arrogance. There's no longer a feeling of generosity, of giving. And what I'm hearing too is that when the Lyrians, for example, they dealt with finding this balance. So that's why they're here to help us, because I think it almost destroyed them. They want us to be generous with ourselves and with others, even when we're afraid and timid. Because when we are afraid and timid, just think of the past few years and all of the shortages out there where people stockpiled, people become selfish and they aren't generous of heart. And that is the energy that will destroy us in the end. We have to find a balance there. They're saying we have to come full circle, right? We have to understand that there's more to us being here on Earth as a planet, in a galaxy, in a universe. We may not understand what is beyond us, and that's okay. We just have to believe that it exists. And they want us to know that we need to, I don't know, it's almost like we need to, if we need to be shown who they are, then that's what they are doing to help us move forward in this new Aquarian age. And with Pluto going into Aquarius, we need to evolve. And sometimes it's very hard for people to move forward if it's something that they cannot relate to or something that they haven't seen with their own eyes or believe in, I guess is how they're trying to say it. All right, let's get to the rest of the cards here. Okay, we have grays, shorts, okay. Quite a few of these come out, so I'm gonna try to overlap them. We have earth, so funny. We have alpha centurions, agarthans, shadow self, reptilians, okay. Oh my heavens, you guys, this is so beautiful. Or just so beautiful, just so neat the way this is all coming out. And golden ratio, okay, which is a thing. And I only know that because I've seen this card before and I've actually looked it up. And it represents pi, right? So anyway, okay, so we kind of see why did they show up, okay? Let's get some more info here. So grays, I believe, timid, misunderstood, shy. So not to be feared. They're not to be feared. They want to learn as well. And while they may not run off of emotion the same way that we do, I mean, their intellect is very high, but they are timid and shy, and they're not here to hurt us. That's just what's coming in, is we're not here to hurt you. We're here to learn. We're here to help. And they're all going to work together. And I'm just going to skip right down here because right now, predator, survival, tyrannical. This card has come out, and so has the gray short card. Anytime, or at least I'm going to say if I've done 5 universe readings, they've come out at least 2 to 3 times in those readings. So this is an important message for the collective, for us, okay? Because they keep telling us, reptilians, you know what? We're allowing that energy, okay? We're allowing that tyrannical, predatorial energy to take over, where it's all about arrogance and me. There's no sharing, there's no generosity, there's no caring for the other. And we are in denial of that, okay? Shadow self, we're in denial of that. See, here's the guy looking outside the window saying, I'm over here, but this is where we're setting, or a lot, not all of us, but, as a whole energy, okay? There are probably more people sitting in shadow self than in enlightened self, or the high road or whatever, than the low road. So they want us to know that it's important that we get out of there, because it's survival, adaptable, and reliable. Earth rejuvenates, regenerates itself, and can, but we need to be of assistance. And not just in the physical, actual ground and earth that we live in or and are walking on, but also for the spiritual, religious, even mental capacity. Remember, I said the arrogance will be what will take us down in the physical and the mental. And then we have Alpha Centurions, foresight, planning, and strategy. They want us to start now, like things are going to change. They've been willing to show themselves now because things need to change. It's almost like an SOS flashing light, right? Like, save yourselves now. I don't know if that's necessarily the right, but that's the way I heard it, right? And it's not because anything bad is going to happen today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year in that sense. But over the long term, we need to, as inhabitants of planet Earth, start taking care of Earth itself and ourselves. And then the Agarthans, I'm going to call them. What I love here, manifesting multidimensional perception and attunement. Yeah. For a lot of people right now here, the perception is we are here. That's it. And then we go to heaven and that's it. Or we go to hell and that's it. But that's not it. Multi-dimensional perception, at least for me, and to keep it very simple, is just believing this, that we aren't all that. Is it all that in a slice of bread? I don't know. Anyway, that's bugging me now, but that's what they want to, that's what they're here to tell us. There is more to our universe than just you and planet Earth. And this is not in a threatening, scary way at all. It's not. It's just letting you know we're here to help, because we've been through, that's what I'm hearing. We've been through planets, areas, civilizations maybe that have been destroyed. If you know of the Atlanteans and the Lemurians, right? Like we've lived through that. We've seen that. We've tried to help that. We're here to try to help you. And again, this isn't anything that's happening tomorrow. It's more long term, but it needs to start now. And with Pluto going into Aquarius to really stir and shake things up, death and rebirth, right? So that we can come full circle here, you know, or think of full circle as the in the tarot, where it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of this cycle of shadow and predatorial and tyrannical and I must rule. It's the end of that. We need to end that, and we need to have, like here, rebirth. We have to start planning. We have to start planning better for ourselves, for our families, for our futures. Okay, let me get to the rest of the cards here. So this is from, I think I said, yeah, the Sacred Geometry. Oh my gosh, the Sacred Geometry Oracle cards. I talk too fast and then trip over my words. Communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms, like telepathy maybe with these guys. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source, God's source, universe, and balanced exchange. We were talking about balance. And they want to communicate this with us, how important having that balance here is. Okay, you cannot make this crap up. The frequency, universal love, the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. It's what I was just saying with these other cards. Like, they want us to know that we aren't the only little planet and the only beings in this galaxy, in the universe, right? Okay, love. First chakra, okay. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. This message is coming out. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you learn. We're here to help you expand and grow. You're safe. These UFOs in the air, this is not an attack. This is not coming to harm you. This is okay. Oh, I love this. All right, presence. We're here. The energy of presence supports our ability to focus our full attention and stay in the here and now. So I want to say, just in other words, 1, I was joking, but true, like we are here. 5, time for change. Okay, here, communication, time for change. 44, time to evolve, okay, but also to build a strong, solid foundation. We can also think of Earth, and it's about you. 1, okay, it's about you. I don't know, I just thought of first house when I saw that. But we need to be in the here and now. We don't We don't need to go to the past. I mean, this is going to be a breaking down here. I want to say with the reptilian energy, it's going to be, like when I said, full circle, ending of a cycle, birthing of a new one. This is going to be breaking down some of the systems that we once knew and were accustomed to, because things are going to be different. So they want you to not focus on that. Just move forward. You don't need to focus too far in the future. No, be in the here and now. Okay, and then we have time. The energy of time supports to our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be present in the moment. Okay, they're really driving that home. Again, we've got 32, which is 5. Like I said, 41, which is 5. They're knocking home that it's time for change. Okay, knocking it out of the ballpark, out of the atmosphere. Okay, and last we have, oh my God, curiosity. The frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic inquisitive nature, which is the necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. You guys, honestly, I'm just like, oh, I love it when these messages come through like this. So I think they've pretty much spelled it out. There is a great agenda, we'll say. There is something great that needs to be done. It's our evolution. It's saving Earth and the longevity of it as a planet. But be curious. Just be curious. I think that's what they want you to know. Number one, you're safe. This is about love, and we need to find that generosity and love for others. Leave the arrogance. This is about being present and being curious. That's all they ask. Just be curious enough to ask the questions. Be curious enough. Now that we know there's UFOs in the sky, so in the sky, be curious. Be curious to start asking the questions. Do the research yourself, right? You don't have to listen to anyone else. You can do it for yourself. And if you do listen to other people, do it with discernment, okay? So I believe that's the message that they want to get out here, pile one. Just as I'm going to call you pile one, or the general message. I mean, it's beautiful. And there's nothing here, when I do my readings, I call upon God, Source, Universe. I call upon my spirit team, all of love, light, highest vibration, and for the highest good of you hearing this message, and for myself to learn. And I just ask the question, why now? Why now are we seeing this activity? And why now are the higher ups talking about it freely? Because it can no longer be a secret. If there's anything we've learned in the last, few years, secrets are hard to keep now on a universal, worldwide level, right? People are willing to speak out now. So, yeah, that's what I have. I'm going to just see if there's anything else. Let's just see if there's anything else. I'm just really intrigued by this. I'm a little shocked. I am shocked at the message, and I'm not shocked because it's exactly... Okay, we're going to take this one. Alpha Draconians, corrupt, unethical cults. Yeah, they work here with the reptilians, okay? We need to just be in the here, and I want to put it right here because of this card, but also to be here and now in the present, and to recognize this. We need to recognize it, okay? Not everyone is good, but not everyone is bad. But we do need to realize that there is corruption in our world and a lot of unethical things happening. And, and this one dropped out. Blue avians, philosophy, releasing karma, mysticism. Yes, it's time. It's time to maybe change your belief systems on some things, all right? Baby steps, everyone. It's one of my key phrases, baby steps. And this could be releasing generational karma for you in some way, but believe in the magical and the mystical. It's okay. God, source, universe, magical and mystical. Really, like, let's really think about that for a minute. And they're just here to remind us of that as well. All right, I'm also just going to grab a few. I do this in small piles because 108 cards for me are too hard to shuffle. So let's just see if there's anything here that wants to come out in this little group. Okay, I heard no. Let me go to the next. Is there anything in here that wants to come out? Any further messages? I love these Galactic Heritage cards. The creator of the deck, really phenomenal. Okay. There we go. Oh, you guys, self-observance. Again, the Lyrians coming out. We need to stop looking at ourselves through rose-colored glasses. We need to stop looking at what's going on in our world through rose-colored glasses. We need to look at what it is that we are doing, even before we're looking at others, but self-observance. We need to take a long, hard look in the mirror at ourselves and decide very strongly this message. Do we want to be here and here? Right? Corrupt, unethical, tyrannical, predatorial, bossy, mean, pushy. Do we want to be in that energy of arrogance, or do we want to look at generosity and curiosity and universal love and mystical and magical, right? Birthing a new way of being for yourself and for the collective. All right, and I'm just going to do this little pile. I don't think there's anything more, but let's just see. That was the card that needed to come out. We really need to look at ourselves in the here and now, not who we were. We can always look at who we want to become, right? Because we can also try to manifest that, but not try, we can. But really look at ourselves in the here and now. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Okay. Sorry, I had to divide it into 3 piles here, but it was that middle pile. It was this card that needed to come out. So I really hope that this maybe just brought you some peace of mind, but also maybe brought in some wisdom and guidance. That's what the universe wanted here. That's what they want to tell you about all this. Let's start out. Let's take the narrative maybe that we're hearing in some cases and let's turn it into a positive, okay? Yeah, that's what I want to say. There's nothing to be afraid of here. Nothing to be afraid of. We already deal with this right now in our world. The arrogance, the reptilians, the alpha draconians, we deal with this energy. We do. It's very heavy here. So this isn't something that's coming. It already exists. We want to get past it. We want to move beyond, stop denial and the shame. We want to get back to ourself. We want to get rid of that shadow, that low road, that low vibrational energy and rise up into higher vibrational energy. So that is it, pile 1. I keep calling you pile 1, but basically it is the general message. I just hope that that this resonates with you somehow. Please leave a comment below, share, get this message out to other people, please. And, you know, if you like this, you can check out, like I said, I do other videos on my channel, and it's all just about the energy, right? I love making fun thumbnails. You know, I love connecting with the dragons and the unicorns and the fairies and the angels and the animal spirits, all of that. That's, you know, God, source, universe, we're all part of it. So we can pull energy in from any of those things. So, you know, please go check out some of my other videos as well. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel so that I can get messages like this out. Thank you so much. Okay, hi everyone. So I now have this pile selection. So I've done the general reading about why now are we seeing all this activity. Now let's talk about you. So moving forward for you, We have two piles here. We have pile 1. I'm not doing a crystal. I'm just going to go straight with the cards themselves. So pile 1 or pile 2. So this could just be additional information into the already general message that I said for why why is all this activity happening now, and why are we talking about it publicly. But also these piles, I think I asked for more of a, to help you through this, to maybe give you some guidance now that we're all privy to this information. And I just did a reading and asked the universe, why now? What's the reason? Now that we know that, these are for you moving forward, I think. That's what I'm going to go with. We'll see what the cards are. I've already shuffled them out. So let's get into it. Whichever card calls to you, that is your pile. And I will see you in your reading. Hi, okay, so this is your pile 1 here. You chose this card. I am just going to pull this card at the end with a couple of oracles because I'm curious to see. I just took it off the top of the pile to see if it will fit in here. I don't know. We'll find out at the end. So as always, I like to do an overall energy, and I also have an Angels of Atlantis card for you too. And then we'll get into the oracles, and let's just see what the additional information, clarification, almost how you can take the information you just learned in the general reading and move forward, I guess. We'll see what happens. That's what I asked for. We'll see how it comes out. Awakened awareness. Okay, so you are my pile 1, awakened awareness. Oh, let me move my little owl over. And Uriel, Archangel Uriel, freedom. Okay, you guys, this is just, I always say hilarious. I mean, freedom. That's the 11th house. That's Aquarius. March to the beat of your own drum. The freedom fighters, they're out there, they're willing to, they want to free everyone from the constraints of society and of leadership, what have you. For some, not all, but I just find it interesting that card come out in awakened awareness. So you, I'm assuming, given, let's see what the rest of the cards are going to be here, but given what we've just talked about in the general pile 1, you're ready to go. This information is of interest to you, and you're ready to take it on and go with it. You're ready to march with it. Okay. So we have Pleiades, we have Sophia, we have Earth School, and I have actually I have a channeled message about Earth School if you want to check that out. I have a playlist for channeled messages. Akashic, Stargate, and fun. All right. So very simply, we've got here Pleiades who are saying you're on a double mission. You're channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay, I love this. Sophia here is saying divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. Over here, we have Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, studying, higher learning. The Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path, and fun. So I'm going to say have fun while doing it. But this is a very clear message for you, pile 2, like you are on board. Like you, if someone was actually, if one of those UFs that were in the sky was running a banner behind saying, those who want to sign up, meet me over here in the field, you would be running and trying to get there as fast as you could because you were on board. You believe that you are here for a reason and that there is work to do and you want to change things for the better. You believe that you're here on Earth School for a reason, okay? And I mean, Earth School, is it? No, it's planet Earth. We're here on planet Earth, but we can call it Earth School. If you think about it, you're here to learn lessons. You're here to grow. You're here to raise your vibration, to study, to just keep learning, right? And I feel like she's skydiving, right? Like taking that chance. You know, you're here to learn and do as much as you can. And she's jumping She's jumping in. Like I said, if there was a banner behind one of the UFs and they landed in a field and they said, meet me in the field to find out what we can do here, you would be like in line. You would be running. You would have your hands up, okay? Because you want to do that. You want to uplift. You want to see our consciousness grow. You want to see how much better it can be if we just even could bring back the golden rule at this point, which is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We certainly don't behave like that a lot of the time, and I talked about that in the in we'll call it pile 1, the general overall why now. It's to bring balance between generosity and arrogance, and you're on board with that. You want people to see that and understand that. You want people to see that there's a low road and a high road, a shadow road and a light road. And we choose which road we're going to go on. And you want to help people to see that. And I'll just tell you, I actually have an Aquarius North Node. And if you look into that a little further, one of the things that I am here to do is to channel and uplift humanity, to help raise the vibration, to bring messages like this out to people. If you had said to me, I'm going to say 6 months ago, even, that I would be on YouTube doing tarot card readings to try to help people to see things in a different way or to bring guidance and help. And it's not me. I'm bringing this through the cards, through God's source universe as I connect. I would have said you were crazy. I would not have thought that that would be one of the ways that I would be doing this. I'm an astrologer. I am also a medium. I also channel. So I would have thought it would have been one of those ways. I never thought that I would be making videos and putting them up. Because it was never really my thing. Right? But anyway. So just to kind of give you an idea as an example, right? I wouldn't have believed it, but yet here I am because I knew that I had to do something. And that's what I was led to do. So I feel like for you guys, just look for the signs. If you're not already doing it, keep your mind open. We talked about that in the general reading. Take a good hard look at yourself. Be in the here and now, and be ready to start this journey and path. And here we have Akashic Stargate aligned with purpose. Yes, okay. Crossroads, no wrong path. If you're working for the good of yourself and the collective, okay, what's of your highest good and their highest good, there is no wrong path. When you come to the crossroads and you're like, for me, example, you're not sure, okay, I'm doing this, this, and this, and then this pops in and you're like, really? I mean, I liked reading tarot for people, like, on the one-offs or for myself even, but I came to that crossroad and there was no wrong path. I'm so happy I'm doing this now. I just want to keep, I'm not making it about myself. I'm using myself as an example here of someone who is experiencing this. And being aligned with your purpose. That's what my purpose is. And I'm going to do it. Look, I've had a bit of ridicule. I've had people mock me. I've had people just kind of roll their eyes. It doesn't matter. I'm still the same me. I'm just doing my work in a different way. That's all. I decided after 25 years not to sit at a desk and work as a sales rep anymore. An inside sales rep, customer service rep. Yeah, that's all. I'm just doing a different job. And I love it. And it brings you all back to all those years we've heard, if you do what you love, it never feels like work. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. So I'm going to, tell you guys that. And I think that's okay. Comes in here with fun, right? Like, plan to have fun and do things that enable you to relax and laugh. Socialize with people who are happy and interesting. Yes, this is also very social. The 11th house is about social groups and, right, again, being out and involved with the collective. And they want you to also look at challenges from a higher perspective and take delight in all the good in the world. So lighten up and laugh today is what it says. So what I want to say for that is, yes, take it seriously. Of course, we should all be taking our work and what we do creatively and what we're doing to try to help people seriously. Absolutely. But not so serious that you lose the joy or can't find the fun in it or even in your personal life. So let me just grab a couple of more oracles here for you. I love that message. We've just, like the universe, one of the very first universe readings I did, I said, the universe is here and they're chat, or the universe is something and they're chatty. They're chatty tonight. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing and the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Think of creative ways to do this. And I don't know, just like these are like church windows to me, right? Or windows in any building. It doesn't have to necessarily be a church. I grew up in Christianity. That's the only difference. So that's what resonates for me. But look at all the colors. It reminds me of stained glass is what I'm trying to say, and how creative that is. So beautiful when you look, like, especially if you're in a church and you look at the stained glass windows. I can remember sitting there as a kid just like mesmerized or in awe of it. So I think that's what this is saying to you. There are many creative ways for you to do this. Don't get discouraged and tap into your creativity if you're feeling discouraged or feeling stagnant at times. Just tap into the creativity. Let's get one more here. This is the, Absolute Affirmations is the name of this deck. It's a cute little deck too. I like it. So let's just see. I'm going to flip through here and see what card's for you. Love and honor myself. The same compassion and appreciation you give others is equally, if not more important, to show yourself. Words of affirmation, accepting mistakes, setting clear boundaries, and following your intuition are just some of the ways you can express and magnify self-love. So to do this work too, you have to, and not just to do this work, but we should anyway, you need to love yourself. Okay. And I just love that the next card, and I'm going to say it, and I normally don't, I can overcome any obstacle, because you will face obstacles while doing this. Okay. You can overcome them. That's just another message. But this kind of goes back to the golden rule I was talking about, just showing love for yourself, being creative. And the first general message, right? Taking a good hard look at yourself and really some self-observation. And realize just who you are, what you are, and how deserving you are to be here and to have the opportunity to do this for yourself and for others. Okay. Hi, pile 2. I forgot to add this in. I had to come back and record it at the end. It's Soul Star activation. It's opening up and connecting with divine, with your higher self, God, source, universe, however it is that you identify, whoever it is you go to for your source energy. It can be whoever it is for you, but it's fulfilling your soul contract. That's what you're here to do. We all don't remember it. If we're lucky, we find our way there through our intuition. We let it guide us. You have, and it's remembering who you are. You are a part of this universe. You are worthy, and you are here to help other people. And that's what it is. So that's it, pile 2. Sorry, I forgot to do it at the very end, but you will see this at the end of the reading. So thank you very much, pile 2. This was your reading. I'll see you next time. Hi, pile 3, and those of you who chose this card, I'm actually going to save this for the end to see if it ties in. So I'm just going to set it over here. I'm going to do a couple oracles at the end as well. But what this pile is, we listen to the general reading. We know we need to be in the present. We know we need to take a bit of a self-observation, I believe was one of the last cards that come out. We know that we want to get off that low road and go to the high road, not be in the shadow, work on the light side of ourselves. We know there needs to be balance. So this is just confirmation to that for you, or additional guidance for you. I'm not really sure until the cards come out, but let's see what they have to say. And yeah, I'm really quite excited. Like I had said in the original pile, this is an impromptu to my normal universe reading. I just felt that this is what it needed to be. Okay, so we have fire as overall energy, and Angels of Atlantis. We have romance. Okay. We have take a break. Healing is happening. I'm sorry. Heart of Source, and the silence. So I think it's interesting that we had fire come out with dragons on the card, and then Archangel Zapkiel with fire, okay? But not, I'm not going to say romance as in a love romance. That's definitely not feeling that at all. That's not what this message is. This is loving yourself. When you love yourself, you're going to bring light into the world. It's you connecting with love, with the collective, with the rest of humanity. It's finding love and passion for the humanitarian in yourself. Overall energy here too, when I look at these dragons, see how they're intertwined? It's taking what we learned about in pile 1 and really embracing it, I want to say. Pile 2 is very much about being sure of the path moving forward. For you guys, I feel like this is going to be something new for you, something maybe you have not thought about before, okay? I feel that you're going to have to, I don't know, I just feel very much ease your way into it, to just be open. In the general reading in pile 1, we talked about just be open, be curious. And I think that maybe that's something that you need to do. I'm also seeing another message here though, as I'm saying that, other stuff's popping in. So let me go straight to there. I feel for some of you in this pile, when I see this, I'm sorry, righting past wrongs, uprooting, I feel that maybe you are watching this reading and feeling like, when we were talking about some of the more shadow self, shadow work energy that surrounds us, like some, I think there were a couple cards here in pile 1. And one up here about arrogance. Not that you're arrogant, that's not what I mean, but just that heavier energy that maybe you realize that's you, that you need to work on getting from your shadow side to your light side, from the low road to the high road, that you are ready to make the change. It resonated with you in that way. And I almost here too just feel like this is you just sitting on the raw, bare earth, right? I don't know if earth's raw, but you understand what I mean. And just really grounding in and feeling like they're part of the root system here. And just saying like, I'm ready to make the change. I'm ready to do better. And then we have healing is happening, and it actually says you're not broken. It's safe to soften. Oh, I like that. And trust the process. Some of you, this may be the first step on your awakening or on your journey. Maybe you've just been in a very 3D existence, because it says get off the treadmill, take a break, right? Just working and working, and you're doing it to have a life for yourself, for your family. We know that we need money, we need to work, we need to earn money to survive. Everything has an amount attached to it, food, shelter, all of those things. But what they're saying is, a life's work, not a season. So I guess what they're trying to say is you don't have to do it all at once. This is a message for some of you in particular. You can come out of the water, right? Where you just feel like you're treading water, just trying to stay afloat. They're saying it's okay. You are going to come out of that. That's for a few people in particular. But also, to going back to what I was speaking to before, take a break from yourself. Take a break from that heavy emotion. Because if you can, it's like, they say 21 days you can rewire your circuits, whatever it is, to form a new habit, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If you can take a break from that heavy energy and maybe commit to 21 days of moving into knowing that you're not broken, moving into healing, moving into accepting this is who I was, it's not who I want to continue to be. Trust that process and try to just small things. Let the fire ignite inside to want to connect with others, to want to connect with humanity, to want to be generous, to want to intertwine where it's not just you against the world, but you with the world, you working with the world. And taking that break, maybe going in like for a moment of silence here, like the Hermit card, going within. Who is it that you want to be? What do you want to do for yourself, but for humanity as well? Realizing that we're all one and that we need to work together, that we need to be generous with one another, that we need, I mentioned the golden rule, I think, in pile 2, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. We've gotten a little out of control with that. And it says here, heart of source, all-encompassing love. Yes. Understanding that the person next to you, regardless of their color, race, gender, we are all human beings here on earth to learn, to love, and to try to better our souls, ourselves, and to make Earth a better place. We need to not ruin our planet. And it has unconditional acceptance and serenity. Yes, finding that peace, right? Safe to soften. That's what I think your message is here, pile 2. And then we have the silence. Let's just see. Quiet contemplation. In the first pile, we talked about, taking self-observation, taking a good hard look at yourself, being in the present, forgetting the past, right? You're sorry. You want to move on. You want to heal. Take that burden off yourself now. And be still and access your inner wisdom. Who is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to do? Doesn't have to be anything grand. In a reading I did a few days ago, it's going to be out, I think, later in the month or into March. I can't remember. But I was talking about if you were retired and you want to get out of the house and you say, you know what, I'm going to go be a Walmart greeter, and just maybe not even comprehending the importance of how just smiling and being polite and handing something out or grabbing a cart for someone or just saying, hi, how are you today? With a genuine smile and tone can change a person's day, and in some cases, even a person's life. You have no idea how you affect others with kindness and generosity. And I think we've forgotten that as a whole here. At least some of us have, right? Some of us definitely have. There is heavy energy here. So it says, if possible, go somewhere in nature where you can be still and peaceful. Remember that you can more readily access your inner wisdom where it is silent. And nature too, just even if you can go, especially in the summertime or wherever it is that you live. Now it may be summer all the time, I don't know, but you can put your feet to the ground and really just feel that energy and ground in and ask for guidance. And ask for guidance on how to transform here, right? How to make that change. And we have a 19, which is a 10. It's time for that to end. We have 6 here, which makes me think of the 6 of Swords. It's time for you to go from turbulence to calm. That is your message, pile 3. I really like it. You know, working on yourself is not always easy, but it is always doable. Call on Zafkiel to light that fire. This one, inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world, right? That's what we were just talking about. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If all you're pulling in from the external world is negativity and heaviness and whatever it is, that's how you feel on the inside. We need to flip that. You need to take the feeling of positivity and, I don't want to say the dawning of a new day, but you know that there's a sunrise every morning. We may not always see it because it could be cloudy and raining, but the sun still rises. And if we go with that attitude and with that belief, that is going to reflect out into the world. So which way do you want to reflect out to other people? You want them to see your light, right? These candles come out here, even though it's the romance card. Well, we're forgetting that. It could be a romance with yourself and with the world. And it could be because we want you to love yourself and have unconditional and all-encompassing love, yes. But this flame, I think, is about you showing a new fire and passion for yourself. And that is going to be what other people see and what other people gravitate to. And it's maybe going to change them as well. I just feel like we need one more card here for this. There it was. Starseed, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Oh my heavens, I get so excited when that happens, right? I was like, normally I was only doing one card, but I felt like there needed to be another, okay? It's because they're telling me there needs to be another. We have something else we want to say. Okay, you guys, this is so great. I don't want you to feel heavy about this. I want you to know that you're not broken. That's what they're saying. You can heal. You just need to change your vibration a little bit and maybe go with that 21-day plan. Maybe journal. That might be helpful. Let's see what else we have here. So that you can see how far you've come in just 21 days, how maybe just sitting quietly with yourself. We don't have to call it meditation. We can just call it sitting quietly and reflecting with yourself in silence. And your angels right here, open up and listen, okay? Your other spirit guide, spirit team is there to help you. God, source, universe. It's where we're getting these messages right now. So let's see what else there is. One last card before we go. Oh, and I have to check that other card. I forgot for pile 2 and had to come back. I embrace my healing abilities. Yes. Self-healing. You can do it. You don't need someone else to make you feel whole or to make you feel better. You find that from within. Right? Healing is happening. Let's see what the card says. You are a divine being. Yes, we are. We all are. And you already possess all the tools necessary to heal your body and your mind innately. Others can assist with this process, but ultimately the power is in your hands. Take the time to identify any emotional wounds and honor your healing process. Start from within. I mean, I can't even. Okay, there you go. That's just what that is now. I love it. This card here was the one we chose. I just pulled it off the top of the deck. So let's see what it says. Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. I love it because we were talking about here, trust the process. Know that your angels are with you. Safety, protection. Call in Horus energy. But trust, I think, is the important message. The really important message here is to trust. The universe, God source, Spirit has your back, plain and simple. So pile 3, I hope that this resonates for you, and I will see you next time.